Chairman Amnesty International, Kisii COC. So we've been at St. Francis Minyingwa today on the purposes of community engagement on matters that are touching on the Kisii community, and particularly wanted to bring the school community, the teachers and the members of staff to understand their rights, to understand the need to join Amnesty International, to understand the roles of Amnesty International in collaboration with the communities, and most importantly, to look at the main causes of gender-based violence in the Kisii region. And we have found that matters to do with land grabbing and land disputes are the major causes of gender-based violence. We have discovered that with time, the discrimination alongside churches and the issues to do with the social orientation and economic status have contributed in the violences we have in the society. Cases that start up and die somewhere here, that either they die at the police desk or they die in the courts. We have noticed that Upper Kisii majorly people go and they have kangaroo courts against the rights of the victims of violence. I would wish to advocate and make people understand that that girl that has been violated, that woman that has been violated, gets a lot of consequences in terms of emotional trauma. There is psychological torture, there is isolation, withdrawal, and the many suicide cases that we are noticing today is because people have not been given space. We wish to appeal to the public to give every case, every matter. People have their rights. Once they have been violated, let the law take its course. Because the moment we sit on the law, the moment we deny this person the right to express himself or to be heard, then we are likely to have many victims of suicide. And sometimes that is why we have both suicide and murder, because people feel after all we want to take the law into our hands. I want also to advocate that people need to understand their rights. They need to observe other people's rights and know where their rights end, and at the same time practice any sensitization of making people know what are their rights and how important is it to protect your right and how important is it to protect your other person's right, so that we can coexist. But most importantly, let us give space to the police, give them the lawyers their space, and then if a crime has been committed, doesn't matter who committed it, whether your brother, your sister, it doesn't matter who, let the wheels of justice roll, because the right to justice and the fair trial is the best that we can do to get or realize the rights and the kind of society we want that is coexisting.
My name is Joyce Nyanduru, an advocate of the High Court of Kenya and a member of Amnesty Kenya, Kisii COC, together with my colleagues from Amnesty. We've had the privilege to come to sensitize the members of the public on gender-based violence and most especially on police brutality. We've been able to share on what causes gender-based violence, and also we've been able to share on the reforms that can be done even at the police, so that we can combat violence on police brutality.
Cultural patriarchy, where man is seen as a beacon, an icon, and something that is not tangible, has made it very difficult for women to get into empowerment and change the community. And we have realized that women empowerment is a very important aspect to bring about equality in society and address gender-based violence. We have realized that the church and the membership of the communities need to come together and ask for once why it must be that violence is dominating a Kisii land. There is the aspect of FGM, female genital mutilation in Kisii, that is very rampant. We have realized that there is medicalization of gender-based violence and Christianization of gender-based violence. The church community and the medical community has joined hands to promote the fight against girl rights on the matters to do with the female genital mutilation. And we have agreed as a family that the church and the medical fraternity needs to avoid these fights and give the girl child an opportunity to grow and become what she wants to be in life, because it means it takes her self-esteem, it takes her ego, and finally it makes them victims of life forever. And as a family, then we have realized we have collaborated work with the media, and we have